Hi friends, welcome back to my kitchen. Welcome if you're new. I'm Cheryl, this is Table of Joy. And friends, this video is super exciting. It is a collaboration with two of my sweet friends from two homeschooling channels here on YouTube. One of them is CJ from Homeschooling Through High School, and the other one is Stephanie from Schulte Sweeties. Please go check out their channels. I'll leave a link in the description box for their channels, as well as a playlist for all the incredible creators that are giving you so many amazing ideas for your Thanksgiving holiday table. We're continuing our holiday series. 3 more incredible recipes for your Thanksgiving table, holiday table. You can do these for Christmas too. It's not just for Thanksgiving. I love these recipes. I'm super excited. This salad that I'm doing, I don't know why they call it a salad because it's not, but my grandmother used to make this all the time. It was one of my absolute favorites that she made when I was a kid, and I loved it. I do tweak it just a tiny bit because it calls for one ingredient that I'm not a fan of. So I'm leaving that ingredient out, making it the way my grandmother did. So let's get this made. How many of you remember a Watergate salad? It was popular back in the 60s. I think probably in the 70s, maybe the 70s and 80s is when it was super popular, but my grandmother made this all the time. And it is super simple ingredients: pistachio pudding, crushed pineapple, marshmallows, Cool Whip, and some pecans. And that's it. Sometimes people put maraschino cherries in that. I am not a fan of maraschino cherries. It is not my thing. So I am leaving those out, keeping this nice and simple the way my grandma made it. So let's get this one done because we have 2 more recipes to get done before hubby gets home so we can have them for dinner tonight. All right, friends, so we're gonna take our 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple, not draining it. We need the juice. That's what's gonna help combine that pudding in here. So there is our 20-ounce can of pineapple. We're gonna put in 1 small box of pistachio pudding. We used to triple and quadruple this salad when I was a kid because everybody in our family absolutely loved it. My grandmother would make this for Thanksgiving. She'd make it for Christmas. She would make this for Easter because it's such a beautiful green. So she loved doing it for Easter as well. It's just one of these classic comfort recipes. I haven't made this in years though. And as I told you guys, this year for the holidays, I am going back to some old recipes from when I was a kid. I love this one. It's super good. We're gonna put in our 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. We're gonna put in 1 cup of marshmallows. I'm just gonna eyeball it. My grandmother was never too particular about the marshmallows. She just kind of put in however many she felt like. That's probably a little over 1 cup, but I think it's gonna be fine. So we're gonna mix these in. And then the last thing we put in this salad is an entire small container of Cool Whip. And we're gonna fold that in, and that's gonna make this nice and fluffy and just super, super creamy. You want your Cool Whip to be softened. It's really important that it's soft, otherwise you will have a really hard time getting it mixed in. I just love this salad. It just brings back so many incredible memories of my grandmother's kitchen and all the holidays that I spent in her kitchen with her cooking and baking and doing all the things. This Christmas, my grandmother has been gone since 1998, I think is when she passed. And just feeling a little nostalgic this year on Christmas. And I'm just wanting to make some recipes that she used to make that were some of our family favorites on our holiday tables. Like I said, whether it was Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, this salad was perfect for all those things because of the beautiful green color in it. And that's how simple this salad is. It literally is just mixing these few simple ingredients, and then it just goes in the refrigerator. A few extra marshmallows. Just gonna scatter those on top so we can see the marshmallows. We're gonna put a couple of pecans up on top just to garnish the salad. just like that. It's not a super beautiful salad, but you know what? It's super delicious. For nostalgic sake, I gotta have a bite. My grandma's kitchen, right there. Wow, friends. Something so simple, but so delicious. And everyone's gonna love it. It's incredible. So let's get this put in the fridge. And we need to get on to our second recipe. All right, friends, we've got our water back here boiling for our third recipe. As soon as that's done boiling, we'll move on with that recipe, but I'm gonna get started on a corn and bacon casserole. My grandmother used to make this all the time. Our family all loved it. If you love corn, if you love bacon, this is right up your alley. So let's get this made. Super easy, super quick, and it's gonna go in the oven. So I've got my bowl. It calls for I'm only making a half a recipe, by the way. It calls for 2 12-ounce packs of frozen corn. I'm using some frozen corn that we put up together over the summer when we went to the farm, and we got 40 ears of corn. And so I am using up some of our fresh corn, and I love it when I get to use my fresh corn. It is so delicious. We need 1 egg. We're gonna need our bacon. This is bacon I cooked yesterday. If you missed the video from yesterday, I did 3 green bean casserole recipes that looked absolutely delicious. They were incredible. We still can't decide which one we're gonna do for our Christmas, but we're gonna do one of them. We'll figure it out. Hubby and I are still talking about it. We still have leftovers, so we're gonna finish the leftovers of those over the next day or two. And I think by the time we finish the leftovers, we should know what one we're gonna do. So we're gonna put our bacon in here. You can change up the cheese. I'm using cheddar, but you are welcome to use pepper jack, mozzarella, you know, any good melting cheese is what you need for this recipe. It calls for 8 pieces of bacon. I'm using 4 because I'm doing a half a recipe. Because as I've said before, it's just my husband and I. We don't need big, huge casseroles right now. Once I decide what I'm doing for my Thanksgiving table for dinner with our family, I will make a decision then how much I need to make. But right now, I am perfectly happy with just a little bit of each so that we can try these and see how they are. I need 2 tablespoons of flour. Need a little bit of salt and pepper. Now this corn does not have salt on it right now. So I'm gonna go kind of liberal with it. And we need our cheese. It calls for 1.5 cups. Since we're doing a half a recipe, I'm just gonna eyeball it. And 2 tablespoons of softened butter. It calls for sugar. I am not gonna use any sugar because this is fresh from the farm corn. And it is super, super sweet corn. So I am not going to add sugar to this. I honestly don't think that it needs it. But if you want to put sugar in it, by all means, friends, do that. I'm just not going to. As you can see, this is super easy, minimal ingredients, but it's just another really tasty, fun side dish for your holiday table. My mother-in-law was from Alabama, and corn was always something in some form that they had on their holiday table. My grandparents were not from the South, but also it was something that we always had on our holiday table as well. Just gonna smash that smash the butter, get it in here. All right, so I've got my little pan here. Like I said, I'm just doing small batches of these recipes because my husband and I do not need a ton. We just don't. I made half recipes of the green bean casseroles and we still have a lot of leftovers. All right, just like that. And I will probably put some more cheese on top of this when it comes out of the oven. But just like that, friends, in less than probably 15 minutes, we've got 2 of our recipes done. Friends, I've got my macaroni cooked right here. We're gonna make a little pan of mac and cheese. Super excited about this. My grandmother used to make this all the time. Love this mac and cheese. There's no flour, there's no roux, there's none of that. The recipe originally says to cook the heavy cream and the cheese and the butter and the cream cheese and all the things. I don't do that. I mix it up in a bowl and I put it on top of the macaroni and I throw it in the oven. I skip a step because you know what, friends, I'm all about minimal dishes. So let's get this all mixed together so we can get this on our noodles. We can get this in the oven because we have our corn casserole we need to bake. We need to get our mac and cheese baked and we're gonna eat dinner. So I've got a 1.5 cups here of cheddar and a Gruyere cheese, as well as a Gouda. It's a double cream Gouda. Love that stuff. It is so, so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on all of my cheese. I'm gonna put all this cheese in here because I can grate some more cheese for the top when I'm ready. But I'm gonna get all of this cheese in this bowl and we're just gonna mix everything up. The other thing that my grandmother did to this recipe that is not in the recipe, and I will leave it in the description box for you guys if you want to add it yourself. My grandmother always added a little bit of dry mustard to her mac and cheese. So we're going to put in our cup. It's supposed to be heavy cream. I'm out of heavy cream, so I'm using half and half. It'll be fine. Grab my spoon. My cream cheese is nice and soft. I'm also going to put in here 1/4 cup of softened butter because, you know, it can't be mac and cheese without some butter. So we're just going to mix this. When I make mac and cheese, I don't necessarily love doing the cheese on the stove. I just find it gets grainy. I don't know what it is, but it's always done that for me and I just don't like it. So I try to put my cheese in my mac and cheese off of the heat. So that's why I just skip that step altogether. We're going to put in just a little bit of salt. Not too much because we've got quite a bit of cheese. I'm going to grab my mustard and I'm just going to put I'm going to put like maybe a 1/2 teaspoon. Yeah, that's probably good right there. I just love the flavor that the dry mustard gives to mac and cheese. She always put that in her mac and cheese. So this is not going to be totally mixed together. It's going to still be a little bit loose, and that's okay. I'm not worried about that. So I've got my macaroni. I'm going to go ahead and pour my cheese and cream mixture in here. Oh my gosh, friends. And this gets a panko crust on it, but I don't like to put that on at the very beginning. I like to bake this for just a little bit with foil, and then I will come back to it and put the cheese. I want to put a little extra cheese on top, and then I'll put my panko on and put it back in the oven for a few minutes. But you can already see how absolutely creamy this mac and cheese is going to be. I loved mac and cheese growing up, but I am not a fan of dry mac and cheese. I want a good creamy base to it. This just looks, and I love the combination of the cheeses. My grandmother always did a combination. I don't think she used the same cheese every single time. She always did something different with it. All right, so we're gonna put this in the oven covered with foil. We're gonna bake it at 350 for about, I'm gonna say 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna take the foil off. I'm gonna put some more cheese on top, and then we're gonna do our panko, and it's gonna go back in the oven. It's gonna be all golden and bubbly. Friends, I just put our leftover green bean casserole in the oven and our leftover turkey from last night. If you guys missed that video, we did 3 incredible green bean casseroles, and we just used the turkey breast, bone-in, already brined, fully cooked, that we got from Trader Joe's. So let's get our cheese and our panko put on our mac and cheese, and let's get this back in the oven. Grated some cheese. Oh my gosh, friends, here's our mac and cheese. I'm gonna give this a little stir. The extra cheese on this, just to make sure everything is nicely mixed. Just want to make sure everything is, it smells so good. Just want to make sure everything is nicely mixed in here. Our sauce is really good on our pasta. All right, let's go ahead and put our cheese on here. I just did a mixture of all of our cheeses that we put in here. So we have our cheddar, we have our Gouda, and we have our Gruyere cheese. So we're just doing a little bit of everything on here on the top, because if it's mac and cheese, it's got to have some good cheese. So we're just kind of spreading this out, doing a good cover on top. This smells so good already. I think this is going to be amazing with all the other things that we have. We are just continuing to eat leftovers of some of the things that we've made this week, because even though I made a half a recipe, it's still a lot of food. All right, so we're just going to use some panko. I melted about 2 tablespoons of butter in the microwave. We're going to just put some of this panko in here. I'm going to toss this with a fork. Get all of that panko covered in that butter. This is what makes it nice and crunchy and golden delicious. All right, let's get our panko sprinkled on top of our mac and cheese. My grandmother, my aunt who is from Sicily, you guys have heard me talk about her before. She would make homemade mac and cheese, and she would put sliced tomatoes underneath the panko, and that was a way that she got me to eat fresh tomatoes, even though I was not a veggie kid. She got me to eat them by putting them underneath the cheese on top of the mac and cheese, underneath all of this crunchy topping. All right, this is going back in the oven for about 5 minutes. Really not very long. We just need to crisp up everything right here. Friends, I just pulled our stuff out of the oven. Here is our delicious corn casserole. We've got our delicious looking mac and cheese right here that has no flour. It has no roux. I reheated our green bean casseroles over here that we had last night. Plus our turkey breast is in the oven. We're gonna scoop all this up. We're gonna go sit down and eat dinner. We'll see you guys at the table. These recipes were so great. I hope you will go check out the playlist in the description box of all of these incredible channels that are giving you all kinds of great ideas for Thanksgiving, as well as go check out the host of this collaboration, one of them which is CJ from Homeschooling Through High School, and the other one is Stephanie from Schulte Sweeties. Please go check them out. Show them some love for all the work they put into hosting this collaboration. All right, friends, we've got our delicious dinner. We've got our mac and cheese with our corn casserole, but we also got our green bean casserole from last night, and our turkey. We've got our Watergate salad, like my grandma used to make. We're gonna pray, and we're going to taste this. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this food. We ask you to bless it to our bodies. We just ask that you would give us restful sleep tonight. We ask these things in your name, amen.
Amen.
All right, so hubby's gonna try the mac and cheese and the corn and the Watergate salad, because those are the 3 that were new today.
I will do it in that order. The mac and cheese.
We're recycling things from the other night.
Now taste of the corn.
It's good mac and cheese.
Well, the only recommendation I can say is that for me,
It's not hot enough.
It's not hot enough. I need a jalapeno pepper. But it is very tasty. And I know most people can't handle eating a...
Okay, try the Watergate.
Okay, just a second.
You already had the green bean casserole last night.
Well,
That was a good corn casserole. This is more like a dessert to me, but I am going to sample it for you guys.
It's nice and refreshing.
Nice and light, refreshing. That'll be good after we finish eating all of this. We do still have some cranberry sauce from a few days ago that we made together. I'll leave a link for that video as well as all of the green bean casseroles for you guys in the description box. You guys can check those out. But we're going to eat this delicious dinner. I'm starving. I know Hubby's hungry. So, friends, if you guys have not yet, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We would love to have you guys a part of our YouTube family. We are trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you think what we're doing here is something that your friends and family would enjoy, please share this channel with your friends and family and help our channel grow. It would mean so much to us to be able to hit that goal at the end of this year or beginning of next year. To hit that 2,000 number would just mean so much. So, friends, I love all these recipes. We got so many more Thanksgiving recipes coming your way, as well as Christmas. We're not done yet. We're just getting started with our holiday series, and so you don't want to miss anything. So just make sure you're subscribed for that. So, friends, if you guys have a favorite mac and cheese or corn casserole recipe, share that with me in the comments. Let me know what you guys eat on your Thanksgiving table. Let me know if these are something you guys have on your table every year. And friends, we'll talk to you guys in the comments. Have a great day.
All right.
God bless.
Love you and God bless you.